Hi everyone, and welcome to another question and answer with myself. Today we're talking about sugar levels. A few of you have asked what supplements you could take to stop cravings. Now I know cravings are, well, they're flipping horrendous. I'll be honest, that's the thing that I struggle with most, chocolate craving. If there's anything on earth that I could live on for the rest of my life, it'd be chocolate. And the thing with cravings are, they're done on two levels. Now, I'm quite aware of my craving, so I know that I will always crave chocolate. I wake up in the morning, I want chocolate, and I just luckily handle it. I deny myself it as much as I can. Now, that comes from two bases. One, from a physical level or a physiological level, and you create cravings because of the hormones that are in your system, particularly cravings based in and around sugar, and they're the ones that I'm going to focus on today. So I'm not going to focus on specific foods, just sugars, so high sugar foods, snacks, sweets, that sort of stuff. Now we crave those in a physiological sense because of us releasing a hormone called insulin into our system. Now that gets released because the body thinks it's wanting sugar. So what we do, we put ourselves into this vicious cycle. If you were, for example, to wake up in the morning and have sugar, so have a chocolate bar, the next morning you'd wake up and your body prepares itself. It thinks it's having sugar. So it puts this insulin hormone into your system, and it puts loads into your system. That insulin hormone then creates an insatiable desire, so a big desire, a craving for sugar, for chocolate. So you quench that, have the chocolate, that creates the insulin. The next morning, your body does it again, and it does it again, it does it again. So you're only actually really craving the chocolate or the sweets or the sugar because you've created that pattern in the first place. The way in which you get rid of that pattern is quite simple. You just have to grin and bear it, stop eating the sugar. So you just stop having the chocolate, give it a couple of days, 2-3 days, and your body works its way out of that pattern. Now, depending on how it works out the pattern is all dependent on your system and your psychological processes as well. So it could take, for some people, they can break that cycle after 2 days. For others, by the third day, you still might really, really, really want that chocolate and really want that sugar. But you've got to stay strong. You put a different food in to replace it, and that craving will eventually go. The other thing in which you can do is use a supplement. Now, not crazy supplements, not fat-burning supplements, not appetite suppressants, never ever take them. And if you've got them at home, go and put them in the bin now. They're either useless and do nothing for you, or they're dangerous, so go and get rid of them. But what you can use is cinnamon, so the spice cinnamon. So cinnamon spice, which is, it's spice, it's often associated with sweet stuff anyway, cinnamon, cinnamon apples, and it's in ice creams and things. But if you go and get the spice, try and get an organic version of spice. You can get it from lots of Whole Foods sailors online, lots of spice shops online you can get it from. It's relatively cheap, you get it in big vats. Some Asian supermarkets have it as well, that's where I get mine from often. Up here in Manchester we have quite a lot of those and they're brilliant. They're really helpful, they'll tell you where they get the spices from. It's very, very cheap. And it's fantastic. And there's lots of other spices that you can use there as well, which you should get. Turmeric, cayenne pepper, chilies, brilliant places to go and get some food from. But for us, to help our desire to get rid of, our desire of our cravings, cinnamon's brilliant. So what you do is every time that you want to have sugar, have something with cinnamon. Now you can put cinnamon with anything. You can put it with yogurt and it's fantastic. You can put it with meat and it's fantastic. Or you can do what I do, I even put it into my water. So I put cinnamon into my water. It tastes to change the taste of it a little bit, not too much, but I want to absorb the nutrient value of that cinnamon. And what cinnamon does, cinnamon balances those sugar levels out. It balances your blood glucose. So it not only stops your craving or greatly reduces your craving sugars and chocolates and sweets, but it does something else as well, which is amazing. It also helps you access fats. Because it helps stabilize your blood glucose, it stops you getting blood glucose spikes. So it stops your body putting spikes and pockets of insulin in. So your body's on a nice natural level. So when you go to exercise, it doesn't have these spikes that it has to break down. It can go straight through the carbohydrate and access fats. So cinnamon is a fantastic spice, and it's the only way and the only kind of ingredient or supplement that I would add into your body to help your appetite. The other thing to look at with cravings is the psychological and emotional process to it. And that's the one that I'm kind of more guilty of. I just eat chocolate because I've associated it with happy feelings. It makes me feel happy. It reminds me of being a child. Lots of the food that I eat are very childish foods that you struggle to get nowadays. It's things that remind me of being a kid in the 80s. And that's all an emotional response. So it's not even that I particularly enjoy the chocolate. Now I'm aware of that, and I do try and do psychological reprogramming to stop my body doing that. The best place for that is Switch. Emma's got lots of programs on here. So if you go onto Emma's blogs, she's got lots of blogs that help you with cravings and help you with addictions. Addictions and cravings are the same thing. And they're mainly based on an emotional basis. So let's first of all, from my point of view, let's get cinnamon in. Let's just grin and bear it, get rid of the sugar, make sure it's not happening at the same time, and you'll find you've got a pattern. It may be 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Every single day, that's when you crave that chocolate, you crave that sugar hit. You've created that pattern by giving yourself that sugar. So you know, I can break that, I've just got to give it a few days, put the cinnamon in, replace it with something healthy, replace it with yogurt, or replace it with a fat, or replace it with a protein, and it will go 2, 3, 4 days. That insatiable craving, that desire, it will go. The second part is, if it's not into a pattern and it's just sporadic, and you know that it's kind of using it to make you feel better or pick you up emotionally, then that's Emma. Get over to Emma now. And that's a more important thing to get a hold of. Because what we don't want to do, we don't want to eat by emotion. We don't want to be dictated to by our emotions. We want to be in control of them and use them and be aware of them as well. And Emma's got lots of programs on here that help you all be aware of your emotions, and then we can work with them a bit better. I hope that's answered a few of your questions. If you haven't got cinnamon already, go and get out there and get to your local shop. Add it to everything that you can throughout the day in your food. It'll help you reduce your cravings, and also it's going to help you access fats. Brilliant spice. Hope that's helped. Take care. See you soon.